because this week, multiple reports have hit us. Chris Evans and Hayley Atwell have officially both started shooting their footage for Avengers Doomsday. And by all accounts, you guys know how, like, a couple months ago, we saw the set photos and there was the Luke Cage house, and there was the Iron Fist house. And then it was clearly like a 1950s, 60s style house in the middle of a field.
It's clearly Steve and Peggy's house.
Yeah, it seems like that's going to be their house. And the reports are that whatever they're shooting there, it's sort of like maybe their recruitment or them with the Avengers or something like that is going on. So,
yeah, I mean, I think with how Endgame left off with Steve, and there was that whole thing a week or so ago about how everyone's had to have been really coy and non-committal to what's happened with Steve. It's like, cool, Steve's on the moon, Steve's dead. It's like, Steve's dead. Right?
Yeah.
You're not just going to kill off Steve Rogers.
Yeah.
So like him
talking about him in the past tense while also never acknowledging the idea that Steve Rogers died. Like he's not
You've had that tribute funeral thing, but you've never actually seen anything concrete because nobody no death, right?
Because even then, like a lot of the tribute stuff has been played as a tribute. It's never been framed as a memorial or as a, you know, like any type of like there's never been a moment of mourning.
Yeah.
For Steve. It's always just been kind of played as like, you know, he turned into Fred Rogers or Joe Biden, take your pick.
Joe Biden.
100%. Wait, listen here, Jack. All right. I fought Red Skull. I did Shield. Anyway.
So funny.
But yeah, I'm interested in what's going on here. I mean, I say this as somebody who's like most of their show ends up being news. I have so fallen out of the loop with the rumor mill because like it's just so hyper saturated by just absolute. Mitch already cursed. It's so saturated with absolute horse shit.
Did I?
And just like, yeah, you said so effing good about something earlier, multiple times. So I feel safe to use a lesser curse. But like, it's just so saturated with just people just pulling stuff out of their ass.
Yep.
And a lot of it just feels so disingenuous, and it feels like, you know, it feels like the acceleration from people have said they want this thing turns into people are rumoring that this is a thing really quickly. So like I see a report and I just go, cool. I don't, I don't put much stock into it, but you know, I'm unsurprised by Peggy and Steve being in Secret Wars. Like,
yeah, because they've obviously got to have Captain Carter come back because they're obsessed with Captain Carter. Steve is in a prime spot because you can have both old Steve and Steve modern day.
You could also
you already have Steve going through the multiverse, putting the stones back. So
yeah, it's been rumored he's going to be Captain Hydra on one of them. It's the lowest hanging fruit that you probably need to do. It's like, hey, we got an evil Tony Stark variant, probably. I don't know. Hey, look, we got evil Captain America. What if in the Winter Soldier he didn't give the speech and said Hail Hydra? Ooh, it's like, yeah.
If Secret Wars isn't like an evil version of the Avengers, I'm going to be very surprised. You're obviously going to have like your army in the background because every Avengers movie has to have an army for them to fodder off of. But
I mean, it makes a lot of sense. You know, I've said this 1,000 times. Like when you look at the multiverse saga as a whole, as much as people want to say it lacks cohesion, thematically, it is very much all in conversation with itself.
Yeah.
You know, so much of it is built around all of the characters who are left standing after Endgame, picking up the pieces. Even people who weren't a part of that conflict are putting their lives back together. And like the best foil, like the best final boss for that arc is the obvious choice of, and now we are going to drag you kicking and screaming back into the past. You know, everything you did to overcome this, your final challenge is to have to physically like go to blows with it. That's why I love the idea of evil Tony Stark as Dr. Doom.
Yeah.
That like he embodies everything of the past era. And I also think intentional or not, it's a great meta commentary about the conversations being had about the multiverse.
Yeah.
Storytelling as of late.
Like, that's also like why I'm into this whole idea of like if you're bringing back Chris Evans Captain America, whether or not he's the old man Steve or just Steve at the end of Endgame to travel back through time and a decade has gone by, which it probably is. Like you bring back Hayley as well. She's probably going to play Captain Carter from What If, the Exiles team that they have put together. But then you also got Peggy who lives on and passes away, in the future. So like I like the idea that you're going to have mirror characters like we were talking about, Doctor Doom, probably a mirror of Tony Stark, not really Victor Von Doom. And then whatever Chris Evans is doing in whatever role, whatever they do with him. I like the idea of all these parallels running concurrent because they kind of have to, like it's all the Avengers films, whether you notice it or not, they're always based on two leads. Cap is our POV, and Tony is sort of the other side of that, where it's like, hey, I kind of know everything that's going on. It's two different fans, right? Like, you need that still. And who else in Avengers is going to do it besides these two? So I think it's like, hey, if there's this evil guy called Doctor Doom, he looks like Tony Stark. Oh, look. Hey, Chris, do you want to be our eyes to introduce people into what the multiverse is and the TVA? Because guess what? Nobody watched Loki that's watching this film. The conversion rate's going to be like less than 3% of people that watch Loki will watch Doomsday. So it's like, it's going to be an uphill battle. So I think like bringing him and Hayley back is a creative choice, but also a smart one for the story. Like it's a couple things lining themselves up perfectly. So maybe that's just me wishfully thinking. I don't know, but it kind of seems like that's what you need.
I wouldn't be surprised if you're right, because it is, Cap and Iron Man have been the two leads of every Avengers movie.
Yeah.
Like you then have Thor as the co-lead.
Yeah.
Then everyone else. But
no, I think there's truth to that. I almost want like to make a like larger kind of fantasy comparison. I don't necessarily know if I want Steve to be like a co-lead foil to Robert Downey Jr., Iron Doom, whatever you want to call him. I kind of would like him to kind of function, especially if it's Infinity Stone requisition Steve, right? I would almost like it if he was like almost like a Gandalf or Obi-Wan Kenobi figure in this story, where it's like we're taking a whole lot of heroes who do not have experience with the multiverse nonsense. Like when you look at that initial cast lineup, it is the new Avengers, the like old head Avengers, and the X-Men and the Fantastic Four for the most part. And like the Fantastic Four, they like it seems like they academically know about the multiverse, but it isn't really implied in the movie that they've like traveled through it. They just know it exists. It seems more theoretical and academic the way Reed talks about it. So like I would almost appreciate there being a character who can kind of step in and go, okay, I know my way around the multiverse. I can help guide you in. I have fought Tony Stark before. I can help you on that front. And I kind of love that idea that he's less the kind of focal point character and more of, like I said, like a Gandalf or Obi-Wan, like, kind of like taking this disparate group of people or whatever group of people. Cause like, again, this could end up being much like Infinity War, where you have like, the A plot, the B plot, and a C plot, but like the B plot kind of splits in half and one half joins A and one half joins C. Where I would be down with that. It's like whatever group that a multiversal knows his way about town kind of Steve is kind of shepherding people through and guiding them, less than being kind of like a focal point kind of foil to Doom.
Yeah.
It also instantly gives them the ability to travel everywhere.
Yeah.
Because Steve's going to have that watch, so he just goes, plonk, plonk.
Yeah.
And it's like, hey, I'm over here now.
Hey, Steve, did you keep that watch by any chance? Darn tootin' I did. Yeah, just boots it up. Yeah. I mean, no, it's looking good. So again, we don't have too much on this, so we can't linger on it for too long. But again, stay tuned and we'll know more, I suppose, in the next. I don't know. We might know actually stuff by the time this drops on YouTube because of D23. So yeah, we'll see what happens.
D23 this weekend.
Yep.
Yeah.
Wow.
So get ready to see these guys on Nerd Academy very soon to talk about that.
That's true.
That's and I promise I won't crash out on stream this time.
Well, thank you for checking out that video, and thank you for your continued support. Feel free to like, share, subscribe, do whatever you will. And if you're so inclined and would like some additional content from us, which includes unfiltered content and bonus discussions, we do offer it exclusively in our member section. We hope to see you there. So thank you for watching, and have a good one.